I'm gonna make this kimono wrap top. You can get the pattern now, it's in the description, and sew along with me. You've seen me make this gathered skirt, and of course every skirt needs pockets. Now I'm making the top to go with it, and it makes an incredible little outfit. You can see that this is a beautiful light blousey material. Let's have a look at the fabric. This is voile. It is the finest cotton you can get before you reach a muslin. Look at that. It is so lovely. It's perfect for a sheer top like this that you might wear a camisole or something under as well. But it's so comfortable and so beautiful and really easy to work with because it's 100% cotton. So you can finger press this, but it will work really well with you. Do what it's supposed to do when you tell it to. And it's going to look incredible as the top with the gathered skirt. So a really simple pattern here. Beautiful simple pattern here, and we're going to have an amazing outfit that looks incredible and is completely unique. Let's get into it. This voile is 140 centimeters wide, which is about 55 inches. I've got just under a meter, so I have around 90 centimeters, which is about 36 inches. The ties, I've made them super long. They're going to attach like this onto your top, go around and then be tied up. So these are really, really long, 60 inches each. And that makes them more versatile, so you can wrap them round and round yourself, but it's up to you. And you can make these out of anything you want. You can contrast them, you can make them out of ribbon, passementerie, or anything you've found to make these, and you can make them to the size you want. What you want them to do is to be able to pass around and tie. So that's up to you, and obviously if you need more, you can make them a lot longer. But this is what the pattern says to do on the fold, which means you get something like this. So I'll put them to the side, and now I'll cut out the rest of the pattern. I've just cut out my pattern. You can see it here. And I've marked in my pleats there. Let's go and prepare our pattern. One of the first things I always like to get done on any project is long pieces like the ties. These are very simple, like all ties. We're just sewing up one end, so come from the top corner, sew down to the corner, then sew along the length of it, leave the last short end open and raw, because that's going to be incorporated into the seam of the top, so you don't actually need to treat that, and it means it's easier to just pass the whole tie through that. We're doing a small set of knife pleats at the very top here. Bring them across and pin them into place, and then we'll sew them down before putting the shoulders together. Just like that. And you're only having to pin the very top of the knife pleat, because that's the only part that we're going to sew down. So it'll be like that, and then I'll put a little stay stitch in here before we then join the shoulders. One tip though is just be very cautious and make sure, really be sure, that when you're doing your fronts that you have a pair. You have to have a pair here. You can't have two of exactly the same one. So the pleats are on the outside. You make sure you have this all in place. Now that we've secured our pleats, we'll put that together, and I'm going to do a little seam. And there are your pleated shoulders. These are really cool. So you'll see it when the garment comes together that they're actually performing a function as well as just being there for aesthetic reasons. But they're really cool and a great idea for this pattern. So they're done now. So we'll carry on with the pattern. Next thing we need to do is turn this raw edge, so the sides, and we're just going to do a tiny little turn on there. nice little narrow roll here all the way along, because this entire side seam is going to be pressed open once the seam is put together, and you'll see why we do that as well. So we go along and do a nice little narrow turn along there. So we're now up to the point of turning our neckline, and this is also up to you. This is something that you can turn with a double fold like I'm about to do, and I'll show you how to do it. But what is important is that we're catching our ties within this front edge. So here's my raw edge. What will happen is I'm going to go around. You can see here I've got the little marker. I've just done a clip from the pattern as to the tie placement, and they're both going at the same place at the center front here on the opening, and they'll go like this. So I'm doing a double turn, which means I'll come around, and I'm going to come around from the center back neck around, and I'm going to turn it once. Then I'm going to place the tie in once it's turned like that, and then turn it again. And so the tie is then in this. Of course, it'll be a bit more finesse than that because this will be all lovely and flat. But what we're essentially doing is then when we come around for the second turn, the second pass, it'll be turned in and caught like that. So this raw edge is caught in this edge. Now, if you're binding, you're obviously only doing one pass, so you just need to put this and make sure it's there. And what we do is we place them like so. You see how it's facing into the garment rather than out of the garment, even though what they're doing once they're done is going out of the garment. And this is because it just makes it easier to sew, but we're trying to incorporate these into it. So this will go here, and it would go one, and then we'll catch it on the second one like that. Do you see that? Yeah. So I'm going to start by turning this edge. I'm going to start at the center back, work down one side, and then come around the other. And I'm just coming around with a nice little fold like this, and being nice and delicate on this part, the curve, where it seems a little bit tricky, but all you need to do is work slowly, and you just need to get a little bit over, because the second pass where we turn it again, that's where we'll be able to really hold this back. But we're just trying to turn it and create that curve. And if you've got tougher fabric, this is cotton voile, so it's very easy to manipulate. If your fabric's a little bit tougher, then you might want to put tiny clips in here to get around the shoulder, but you should be okay if you're in a nice blousey fabric like this. Let's crack on. We're turning by 5mm, a quarter of an inch, and then 5mm again. As you're coming down this part, so the front edge, the sort of collar, if you will, of the neckline, you want to just go really easily through the machine. Don't stretch or pull, let everything just glide through, and you're just there to sort of ease it through the machine. Because if you pull, you'll stretch this because we're off grain. So it's very easy to stress. It's a bit like the bias, but just off. It's not to a specific degree. So you just want to ease it through and let it fall. And then we'll come down to the straight, and then it's fine to sort of rev it up a bit again. And if you've got a tougher fabric, again, this is somewhere where you can clip to help manage a curve. So now that's all pressed, we press the second pass back. And here we're going to insert our ties. So I'm going to pin them in place like so. Put them back here, fold this over the top, and it is just as simple as that. I'm going to pin this in place. One more thing when you're checking is that your seam of your tie is facing the hem. But it's just what you would do. You can do it the other way if you'd like, of course, and your ties might be completely different to this, but if they are like mine, push the seam to the hem. So now that this is all done and we've got our front edge turned back nicely, what I'm going to do is then take this, and this is securing this yet again, so we're going across and get it right into place like that. Get that tie pulled all the way over and then press that down. So you see we're pressing it so it's now facing the outside, and what we'll do is we'll go over that with a nice big stitch from the right side of the fabric there, come down here and do a nice big chunky stitch here, and that's going to keep that in place, but it also trains it out, because the whole point of it is to go out, and if we don't train it out, it will constantly be pulling on this front edge seam to work its way out. So we're going to press that down and then get a nice stitch in there to hold it into place. So we now are ready to put the actual side seams together. This is really cool because we've already double turned it. We're literally just sewing a straight seam, and then on one seam we're just going straight along, easy peasy. It's the other seam that we have to consider a bit more. So I'll turn this around, get these ties out of the way. They're going to look fantastic later, but they do get in the way as you're doing this. What we've got is, this is our armhole. Then we've got a little seam here, and that's a bit of the side seam just to strengthen this area. And then we've got a gap for our tie to pass through. So the tie will come through here to go around the body. And then we've got the side seam. So these are all marked out in the pattern. And my only advice for this really is that here at the opening of the tie, you want to do some really strong back stitches and back tacks, and the same for the end of the sleeve, for the end of the armhole. So, because these are high use, they're going to be pulled like this and like that. So we really want to strengthen these 3 points here. The rest is fine, that's just a regular seam. But these need to be strong, and so we need to really work them into there. Sew this together. And this is where I'm putting in my really good back stitching. And then up to here, this is the bottom of the armhole. And again, I'm going to do some really good back stitching here. And this is just on the side that we have the tie passing through. The other one is a pretty regular seam. Obviously at the bottom of the armhole we do the same, but you want to have it like this, really strong at these points. Then this seam, as well as the armhole, is pressed open. And you see here we've created the opening for the tie to pass through, plus the sleeve. And why we need to make this little part so strong with those big tacking stitches is because that opens and so does that. Doesn't it look fantastic though? Last thing to do is lift the hem. Now this is up to you, and you can really adjust the length of your garment with your hem, so it's your preference how to do this, but we double turn it either way. Press once, then turn it up, and then press again. And here she is. I haven't tied her up yet because I want to show the mechanics of what we've just done, but you can see these gorgeous, super long ties. They are using the full width of the fabric, so that's 140 centimeters or 55 inches, round about that. And what happens is, this is why we left this opening and why we pressed our seams open and finished them first, so we could create these opening in the side seam. And like any wrap garment, we pass one side through there, so that passes through that opening there, and then we wrap it round to make this amazing wrap top. Doesn't that look fantastic? Got this beautiful crossover here. You can see how sheer the voile is as well. And with this, the gathered skirt, you can really see that volume and this incredible fit and flare that we're getting with the pepluming along here, the blousoning, you might call it, and then also the gathered skirt underneath, with this amazing sash that of course can go around once again, which is what I did with the skirt. So underneath, with the gathered skirt, I've taken those ties that we have at the side and I wrapped them around, so that's flattened the top of the gathered skirt, if you can see it there, giving this place to fall and create its own gathers and take the bulk out of the hips here. The other thing that we've done, which is really good about this pattern, are these pleats. So this lifts the sleeve up. It's still a cap sleeve and it's still got loads of coverage over here, and of course movement because these are pleats going either way, but it's brought this up from about down here up onto the shoulders. Makes for a much nicer fall of the shoulder seam rather than coming down to the back here. You can get the pattern and make this right now. This is such a simple top, but it has a couple of elements that just elevate it up, making this a little more sophisticated with the pleats and the loop through ties. It makes an incredible top. I've made it out of voile, cotton voile, thin as possible, and you can see how blousy and light it is. But you could really take this to a lot of places, making it out of incredible brocades or really thicker fabrics to make this stand up, to really make a dramatic silhouette. Get the pattern now, it's in the description, and make this amazing top, adding something unique and sophisticated to your wardrobe.